Alright, I'm going to help you get started on the trivia game assignment. If you'll create a new project. If you have a different version of NetBeans, it might require you to click Java with Ant. But if you click on Java with Ant, or in this case, I can click on Java, then it'll give me the option for a Java application, and that's the one I want. So I'll just click Next, and I'm going to call this Midterm Trivia Game. I'm going to get rid of some of this I don't need. I'm also going to make it bigger. So if we look at the assignment on Canvas, it says that we have to have at least 10 questions for a user to answer, and then at the end we need to tell them what their score is. If they miss a question, it shouldn't end the quiz. They should be able to continue the quiz. So we'll just wait until the end to tell them how many they got right or what their percent was. Okay, and the quiz can be on anything you like. It can be trivia about a specific video game you like or something. I'm going to start by creating a scanner because I need to be able to get input from the keyboard. So I'm just going to say scanner equals new scanner. System.in is the parameter. This error, of course, is because it doesn't import scanner by default, so I need to import that manually, and that just added that line up there. Okay, so first I want to welcome them to the trivia quiz. And then I'm going to ask them the first question. So I can say, question 1. What is the capital of Norway? And then I can give them several options. Let's say if they type A, then that is Kingston. And then I'm going to make some more options. I'll just copy that, paste that a few times. Let's say B is the option Oslo, and C is the option Paris. And then I want to get the response. I'll store that as a string. I'll just say answer 1, because this is the first question they're answering. And I'll just say equals s.next line. Then I can compare it to what it could be. I could say if answer 1 equals A, then I'll tell them that's incorrect. Oops. And I could also say else if answer 1 dot equals B, we could print out the statement, good job, because it is Oslo. I'm struggling typing here, aren't I? Good job. Else, and I could say else if answer dot equals C, then that's also not correct. So I could copy and paste this here, and that would be fine. Or I could combine these two conditions. I could say if it equals an A or if it equals a C, that will be incorrect, and then I don't even need this case, right? Or I could make it even easier, and I could say very first, if the answer equals B, good job, and then I could just make this be an else statement. That would work as well. You could also make this a more robust condition if you wanted it to check for a capital B or a lowercase b by just saying this. You could say if answer 1 dot 2 lowercase dot equals a lowercase b. So that way, even if they type an uppercase b, for the purpose of the comparison, it will make it lowercase. So that's just a way to make things case insensitive. It makes it more user friendly. All right. What else do we need to do? Well, if they did get it correct, we need to somehow factor that into their final score at the end. So we're going to have a variable keeping track of their total correct, or total number of answers correct. So we can say at the beginning here, let's just create an integer called total correct. And we'll set that starting out at 0. But then if they get it right, we can say total correct plus equals 1. Or there's a shortcut for that. We could just say plus plus. And that will make it so now instead of a 0, it equals a 1. Okay. And then we can ask one more question. Let's just say, we don't need all that anymore. Question 2. What is the evolution of Grimer, the Pokemon? I could say Kingler, Rhydon, or Muck. And the correct answer is Muck. So let's store another answer, answer 2, and check if it equals the letter C. And then in that case, we'll say good job, and it increases it there too. We also need to make sure that that is looking at answer 2. That would have been an error. If I had kept it answer 1, then it would have actually been looking at whatever they typed for the first question. Okay, and then at the very end, we just need to output their score. So we can maybe create one more variable here. We can say total questions. And I only have 2 questions right now, so I'll just make that a 2. And I just have to divide total correct by total questions, right? So that'll be the score. And I'll make that be a double. So let's say double final score equals total correct divided by total questions. And then I can output that. You scored, put a percent sign here, and then final score. Let's test this real quick, and there's probably going to be an error, and I will show you how to fix it. All right, so it says, what's capital Norway? Capital of Norway is Oslo, so I'll just type a B, and I'm doing a capital B to see if that works. It says, good job, nice. Now it says, what is the evolution of Grimer? On this one, I'm going to get it wrong on purpose, so let's say A. And it says that's not correct, and I scored 0%. Well, first off, the percent's in the wrong place, my bad. So we can fix that. But also, we shouldn't have gotten 0, we should have got 50%, right? So there's a couple things we need to do. One, this would have written as a 0.5, not a 50. And the reason it would have done a 0.5 is because this would have been a 1 and that would have been a 2. So 1 divided by 2 is a 0.5. So I need to turn that into a 50 if it's a 0.5. The easy way to do that is just multiply this whole thing by 100. Okay, let's try it one more time. We'll run it through the exact same way. Well, let's try lowercase b. That works as well. I'll try an uppercase A. That's incorrect. And it says that is not correct for that last question. I scored 0. So it's still not giving me the correct percentage. And the reason is we're dealing with integer divided by integer, an operation here that's not meant to be precise because it's using integers. So the way to make it be precise is to force an operation that involves a double, something more precise, and make that be the first operation in this thing here. So I can actually reorder what happens. I'm going to make it so it does the 100 times the total correct first, but I also need to turn that into a 100 that's a double, so 100.0. And now when I run it, try it one last time, I do capital B, I do This is what your assignment should look like, although there's only 2 questions so far. You need to add at least 8 more questions, and then, of course, you'll change it to say total questions equals 10 when you've got all 10 of them. Or if you end up having 20 questions, then you would write total questions equals 20. Or if your quiz has 12 questions, you write total questions equals 12, right? Okay, so there you go. Please send me an email or something if you are struggling or if you need some help, and I'd be happy to respond.